At 80 years old, your body might have already lost up to half its muscle mass, and most people think that's just aging. But what if I told you that's a lie? That there's a powerful science-backed habit proven by Harvard and Mayo Clinic that not only stops this decline, it can reverse it fast. The real shock? 93% of seniors have never even heard of it. You see, your muscles aren't gone, they're waiting for the right signal, the right spark. And once you give your body that signal, it can respond like it did 30 or even 40 years ago. This isn't about lifting heavy weights. It's not about expensive supplements or going to the gym 5 days a week. It's about one daily shift that reawakens your strength, protects your independence, and changes the way you age forever. And today I'll show you exactly how to do it. Because if you think it's too late, your body is about to prove you wrong. Most people think losing muscle is just a normal part of aging. But what if that's not true? What if what you've been hiding for years is actually holding you back from a stronger, more independent life? The reality is this: muscle loss isn't just aging, it's a silent disease. It has a name, sarcopenia, and it's quietly draining the strength of millions of older adults every single year. It begins in your 30s, accelerates after 60, and by the time you're 80, nearly half your muscle mass could be gone without you even noticing. You only feel the consequences. Climbing stairs becomes harder. Standing up from a chair takes real effort. A bag of groceries feels like lifting bricks. These aren't just signs of getting older. They're warning signals, and most doctors never explain what they truly mean. But here's the twist. According to the Journal of Physiology, this isn't just natural decline. It's not something you have to accept. It's preventable. And in many cases, even in your 70s or 80s, it's completely reversible. In fact, some older adults today have the strength and mobility of people half their age. Not because of perfect genes, not because of surgeries or miracle pills, but because of one powerful habit that reactivates the body's natural ability to grow stronger. And here's what's shocking. Most people have never even heard of it. Before we reveal what this habit is, you need to understand what's really happening inside your body. Muscle doesn't just vanish. It's broken down slowly by chronic inflammation, poor movement, hormonal imbalance, and inactivity. And when your body stops getting the signal to rebuild muscle, it simply stops trying. That's when your balance suffers, your metabolism crashes, and the danger rises fast. Every year, weak muscles send over 300,000 seniors to the hospital because of falls. But what if there was a way to reverse that trend? Not with extreme workouts, not with supplements, but with one small daily shift backed by Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the University of Texas. A shift so simple, yet so powerful that in just 12 weeks, it helped older adults gain over 3 pounds of muscle without changing their diet or doing any intense training. Because this isn't about working out harder. It's about switching on the biological signal that tells your body, you still need your strength, you're not done yet. And once you flip that switch, everything can change. So what's the one habit that can rebuild lost muscle, restore strength, and make your body feel decades younger, even in your 70s or 80s? It's called progressive resistance training. But not the kind you think. This isn't about walking more or lifting light weights over and over. In fact, if that's all you're doing, you're likely making the problem worse. Because here's the truth. Your muscles don't care how long you move. They care how much you challenge them. According to groundbreaking research from Tufts and McMaster University, the key to reversing muscle loss isn't more time, it's more intensity, applied smartly. Just 2 sessions a week, 30 minutes each, taken to the point of mild muscle fatigue, built more strength than 5 days of low-effort exercise. Less time, better results. Why? Because this type of training activates your body's anabolic switch, a powerful biological signal that tells your muscles, you still need to grow, stay strong, don't shut down. And when that switch is flipped, everything changes. Without it, your body assumes you're done, that you no longer need strength, independence, or resilience. But with the right stimulus, even at 75 or 85, your body can respond like it did at 40. That's not motivation. That's pure human biology, waiting for a reason to fight for you again. And here's the most surprising part. This habit that rebuilds muscle and restores your strength doesn't involve heavy weights, crowded gyms, or complex machines. In fact, the most powerful exercises used by seniors who seem to defy aging altogether are shockingly simple. Isometric holds like pressing into a wall or holding a plank for just 10 seconds. Eccentric moves like slowly lowering into a chair, using gravity to your advantage. Compound movements, chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band rows, the kind that mimic real life and engage multiple muscle groups at once. You don't need machines. You don't need weights. What you do need is gradual challenge, the kind that pushes your muscles just far enough to say, that's it, I've worked. That exact moment, that's when the magic begins. That's when the body starts rebuilding, stronger. And the science backs it up. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that even people in their 90s, yes, 90s, can gain significant muscle in just 8 to 12 weeks using this method. Still think it's too late? Your muscles don't. They're not gone. They're just waiting for a reason to grow. And this one habit, done the right way, gives them that reason. But here's where most people go wrong. They're doing it backwards. They're following outdated advice, using the right tools in the wrong way. And that simple mistake, it's not just slowing progress, it's accelerating muscle loss. In the next section, you'll discover the #1 blunder almost everyone makes, and the simple fix that could change everything. Most seniors trying to fight muscle loss are doing it wrong, and it's not their fault. They've been following outdated advice, misinformed trainers, and doctors who mean well but haven't kept up with the science. It's time to clear up the biggest myth once and for all. Muscle doesn't care how long you move. It only cares how hard you challenge it. That's why walking an hour a day or doing 20 reps with a cute pink dumbbell won't trigger muscle growth, especially after 60. Your body adapts. It gets used to low effort. And when that happens, growth stalls, then reverses. What you think is maintaining is actually shrinking. But it gets worse. One of the most common mistakes? Only doing isolation exercises, leg extensions, bicep curls. They might look impressive, but they barely engage the muscle groups that actually matter. The ones that keep you upright, balanced, and independent. The truth is, your body doesn't want targeted movements. It wants real-life strength. Movements that mimic life. Standing up, pushing yourself off a wall, pulling yourself up. Squats, pushes, pulls. Compound movements that remind your body, I'm still here, I still need this. Because when you train like life depends on it, your body starts responding like it wants to live. The biggest mistake? The one that's quietly sabotaging muscle recovery for millions of older adults. It's not training to fatigue. And fixing this changes everything. Research from McMaster University found that seniors who pushed themselves to the point of momentary muscle failure, even with light weights, saw dramatically more strength gains. So what does that moment actually look like? It's the rep where your form falters, your body shakes, and you honestly can't squeeze out one more move. That's not failure. That's the signal. The exact second your brain tells your muscles, rebuild, stronger. That's where transformation begins. But here's the real shocker. Many seniors are told to avoid this intensity out of fear. Fear of injury, fear of doing too much. The truth? The real danger is doing too little. Because avoiding challenge leads to faster muscle loss, weaker bones, higher risk of insulin resistance, weight gain, and worst of all, the slow erosion of independence. And the longer you wait, the harder it is to get that strength back. But here's the good news. Fixing this mistake doesn't require hours in a gym or lifting heavy iron. It takes smart, intentional movement, progressive resistance, consistency, and a simple mindset shift. Challenge your muscles, not your joints. Start with body weight, add resistance bands, focus on slow, controlled movements, build tension, prioritize quality over quantity, because even small efforts, when done right, can spark powerful results. Now that you know what doesn't work, let's talk about what happens when you get it right and why it changes everything. What if I told you there are seniors today in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, moving, lifting, living like they're in their 40s? not theory. Fact. Not just in clinical tests, but in real life. They climb stairs without rails, carry groceries without effort. Some even outperform younger adults in strength tests. They're not Olympians. They're not genetically gifted. They're called superagers, a real term used by scientists to describe older adults who operate decades younger than their age. And they all share one simple habit. They train their muscles like their life depends on it, because it does. Progressive resistance isn't just part of their routine. It's as essential as brushing their teeth. One study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that some 70-year-olds had the same lean muscle and strength as people in their 30s, simply from consistent, high-quality strength training. But it doesn't stop there. A 12-week study at the University of Texas showed that seniors who paired resistance training with well-timed protein intake gained over a pound of lean muscle without changing anything else. One participant, 76 years old, said, "I can get up off the floor again, something I hadn't done in over 10 years. Still think it's too late?" A Finnish study found that seniors who used heat stress like saunas experienced 40% less muscle loss than those who didn't. And a University of Alabama study proved that even seniors in their 80s who'd never trained before gained over 3 pounds of muscle and increased their strength by 35% in just 3 months. They also improved their balance, their bone density, their mental clarity, even their blood sugar control. Now pause and ask yourself, when was the last time any prescription did all of that? Here's the truth. Age doesn't decide your strength. Your habits do. These aren't superheroes. They're everyday people who chose to give their body a reason to grow. Because your body is always listening. The only question is, what are you telling it? Say, "I'm done," and your muscles shut down. Say, "I still need you," and they rise to the challenge. Now that you've seen what's possible, let's go deeper into the science behind it all. Because this habit isn't just powerful, it's essential. And the 5 discoveries you're about to learn may change how you think about aging forever. Here are 5 powerful reasons why this daily habit isn't just helpful. It's non-negotiable if you want to stay strong, independent, and energized deep into your 80s and 90s. First, it reverses anabolic resistance, the silent shift where your muscles stop responding to the signal to grow. But studies show resistance training reawakens your muscle cells, making them responsive again to both protein and exercise, even in your 70s. Second, it activates your longevity genes. Harvard scientists discovered that powerful muscle contractions flip on FOXO and sirtuin genes, your body's internal repair team. These are the genes that drive cellular regeneration, preserve muscle, and trigger full-body anti-aging responses. But here's the catch. They only activate when your muscles are truly challenged. Third, it fights inflammation. Yes, that's a real term. It's the chronic, low-grade inflammation that breaks down muscle faster than your body can rebuild it. Even healthy eaters aren't safe. But here's the twist. Resistance training releases anti-inflammatory cytokines, like your body's built-in fire extinguishers. You're literally calming inflammation through movement. Fourth, it triggers muscle protein synthesis, or MPS. Muscle isn't built while you were working out. It's built during recovery. And resistance training kicks off this rebuilding process like nothing else. Just 10 minutes of the right exercises can boost MPS for up to 72 hours, more than any walk, jog, or light stretching session ever could. And finally, it reconnects the brain-to-muscle signal. After 60, the communication lines between your brain and body begin to fray, leading to slower reflexes, poor balance, and loss of control. But research shows that compound resistance moves restore this connection. Every rep is like rebooting your body's internal operating system. Now imagine all 5 of these benefits: more strength, sharper mind, less inflammation, faster recovery, and activated longevity, unlocked by one habit, one decision, one shift. That's the power of smart resistance training. You're ready to get stronger, rebuild lost muscle, reverse years of aging. But how do you start, especially if you haven't exercised in years? Here's a secret. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy machines or a personal trainer. What you need is your body, a small space, and a smart plan designed to grow with you, not against you. We call it the 10-minute strength blueprint, built specifically for seniors who want to train smarter, not harder. Step 1, stability first, because without balance, even strong muscles can't protect you. Start with a simple 2-3 minute warm-up. March in place, arm circles, heel raises at the wall, seated leg extensions. It wakes up your nervous system fast. Step 2, master 3 movement patterns, just 3, not 15. These mimic real life and power the strength of super-agers. Chair squats for your legs and core, wall push-ups for your chest and shoulders, seated rows with a band or towel for your back and posture. No joint stress, no guesswork, just real full-body activation. Step 3, train to fatigue safely. You're not chasing pain. You're chasing that one rep when your muscles say, I can't do another. That's the moment change begins. 2 rounds per movement, 3 times a week. That's it. Step 4, track progress, not perfection. Just jot down what you did, how it felt, because consistency trains the body, but awareness trains the brain. Step 5, recover right. After each session, drink water. Eat 25 to 30 grams of quality protein, eggs, lentils, yogurt, or a smoothie. Then rest. Add light walking or stretching once or twice a week to boost blood flow and joint health. The truth, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. 10 minutes a day. That's all it takes to reignite your strength, reclaim your independence, and feel decades younger. And it all begins with one decision: to start. Just when you think you've heard it all, we've saved the most surprising piece for last, because there's a hidden trick, a performance amplifier used by super-agers to double their results. And almost no one talks about it. It's not a supplement. It's not a workout. It's heat, saunas, hot baths, even hot yoga. Research out of Finland found that older adults who used heat exposure just 4 to 7 times a week lost 40% less muscle, improved their blood flow, boosted heart performance, and increased something called heat shock proteins, the body's internal repair crew. Just 10-15 minutes of heat after exercise supercharges recovery and growth. But there's more. Enter intermittent fasting, done right. This isn't about starving. It's about eating in a window like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. According to the Salk Institute, time-restricted eating activates your body's recycling system, autophagy, upgrades mitochondrial function in your muscles, balances hormones, and enhances repair, even without changing what you eat. One study, a 10% jump in muscle efficiency, no gym required. Want the truth? You don't need to do everything, just pick one. Add a sauna or hot bath, end your shower with a cold burst. Eat within an 8 to 10 hour window. These small micro-stressors act like a signal to your body. Adapt, recover, get stronger, and your body listens. Because this isn't just about movement, it's about mindset. When combined with resistance training, super-agers report faster recovery, less soreness, and steady strength gains, well into their 70s and 80s. No extremes, just intention. And if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 93% of your peers. So now ask yourself, if your body can rebuild muscle, what else can it do? Could it rebuild memory, sharpen reflexes, restore balance, bones, biology itself? Thousands around the world are already proving the answer is yes, and they didn't need miracle pills to get there. Just one habit, one shift, one bold decision to say, I'm not done yet. So here's your move. Pick one thing from this video and start today. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. And tell us in the comments, what habit are you starting with? What surprised you the most? We're reading every answer, and the best ones might even show up in a future video. Because this isn't the end. This is the turning point. And if one habit can restore your strength, imagine what the next one could do.